So this video, this one right here, I want to talk to you guys about the many benefits of meditation. Now, I've had a lot of them. I mean, there's a lot of benefits from it. I'd say that there's a totally difference in how I used to be to how I am today, and a lot of it I give credit to the idea of meditation. Now, first off, what is meditation? Well, the way that I think about it is it's just simply sitting there, focused on either the breath or focused on observing the thoughts, and doing that is a very powerful effect on to be able to be present to the moment. It kind of gives us this ability towards being here now versus thinking in the future, which never comes, or the past, which is not here now. And the idea is that from this place, we're able to then really embody the presence. And I think that in the presence is where all positive emotion is, which is where some of the best experiences in life are. I mean, even think of the idea if you go skydiving, for example, right? When you're jumping out of a plane and you're in the process of skydiving, most likely you're not distracted. Like, your whole stimulation of everything you're doing is all into that present moment, and that's why there's an exhilaration there. Even, the act, for example, of even like having sex or something, right? Like, why does that feel so good? Well, you're so present to the moment that hopefully you're not thinking of other stuff. And that's why I think meditation feels so good. It's a good ability towards being able to feel more present to the moment, and we all have that ability. Meditation doesn't have to be something where we go and do it and we sit in a corner and we meditate for a certain amount of time a day, but it can be. I mean, one thing that I do, but I'm able to apply and let that meditation leak into other parts of my day, to where even if I'm in what is quote unquote called a stressful situation, I learn how to just be present to it, to observe it, to feel it, not resist it, not try to be somewhere else. And I find that my days are so much more better just from doing that. Now, ultimately, I had ADHD. I have videos on this. I used to have ADHD, not be able to focus, I had a completely different lifestyle. And then I started meditating, and it allowed me to naturally focus, naturally get rid of taking Adderall, which is the prescription drug they give for it. I don't feel anxiety hardly ever anymore. The emotions that I have elevated to a new state. It's like I feel good a majority of the time. It's completely changed my focus, my motivation. I have so much more energy. There's so many things that it attributed to. And I think that the most powerful thing that comes from meditation is simply awareness. You become aware of where you are. You become aware of why you think the way that you might. And you become aware of how to observe your thoughts so that they don't have power over us. You see, most of us, especially me for a long time, I walked around thinking that I was in a response to my environment. I was constantly focused on what was happening around me, and I thought that I was a product of my environment. When you start to meditate, you start to realize that it starts from within, and then a lot of times the external reality that we experience is a reflection of our internal state of being. Now, it doesn't mean that it's always a one-to-one reflection, but a majority of the time, the one thing that we have control over is our state of being. And from meditation, we can learn how not to identify with what is happening, so that then we remain in quote-unquote control of our state of being by shifting our focus, or at least observing and allowing the moment to be. So the benefits of meditation are that we learn how to observe our thoughts, we learn how to be more present to the moment, we learn how to really just be ourselves, because we are able to observe what we're thinking, and if it's something that's not congruent to who we are, we're able to just kind of let it go and not identify with it. And that's where meditation becomes so powerful. Now, there's also science that shows the benefits of meditation on brainwave activities, for example, hormones in the body, being able to feel, elevate state, elevate emotion. And it's something that really has allowed me to change my life in profound ways. So I just wanted to give you guys this quick video today to share with you that those were the benefits that it had for me. Ultimately, I began more aware of the diet, the food that I was eating, so many different things in my life. But I encourage you that if you want to meditate, a simple way to do that is to just go right now if you want to do it. Sit cross-legged. You could stare at a candle flame if you want. I find that helps me because I used to have ADHD, so my mind would always wander around. I couldn't, really focus, but I realized that if I stared at one point, like a candle flame, it allowed my mind to focus. I would just focus on my breath and observe my thoughts. And that's what I've learned to do, is I just sit there, I observe my thoughts. I don't identify with them. I don't try to change my thoughts. I don't try to resist them or have them do anything different. Simply, I observe them, and from that observation, I learn how to create for myself a level of peace and a level of having control over my state that allows me to feel really good a majority of the time. I encourage you to at least try this. You can meditate while you're washing the dishes. You can meditate while you're walking in the grass. You're walking your dog. You're doing so many things you could do. Meditation is all about just becoming present to the moment, observing the thoughts, observing what's happening now, not labeling, just observing. Even if you're labeling, you observe the fact that you're labeling, it comes from shifting from the ego perspective to the observer perspective that we're all connected to. So that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Feel free to like this video if you liked it. Share it if you found it of value. I'll see you guys on the next video. Much love. Peace. Bye-bye.